The London Transport Museum in Covent Garden has displays on the history of transport in the capital and lots of restored trams, buses and underground trains which you can board. You can see a replica of the original omnibus, and operate the controls of a modern bus, an underground trains and a tram. The London Underground, the world's first underground line, was opened between Baker Street and the City in 1863. There are now 273 London Underground stations in use, along with tracts covering 404 km. Sometimes the system is nicknamed the Tube. You can get free underground maps from underground ticket offices, and they are displayed around the stations. There are 9 underground lines, each one named and given its own color, a black and white pattern on the map. On the buses, the first London bus started running in 1829, between Paddington and the City. It was a horse-drawn coach called an omnibus, meaning for all. In the late 19th century, trams became popular. They were pulled by horses along special tracks. Later, electric trams and trolleybuses were used. In the early 1900s, the first motorized buses were introduced. Today's London double-deckers are the result of many years' technical development. London taxi cabs. The word cab comes from a kind of horse-drawn carriage once used in London, called a cabriolet. Today's London taxi cabs are usually black, sometimes decorated with advertising slogans. British Rail. British Rail, Branch, run overground train services from London to the suburbs and to all parts of Britain. There are 12 main London stations run by Branch, each serves one particular part of the country. In the air, Heathrow and Gatwick are the 2 major airports serving the London area. Both of them have viewing decks for spectators, where you can watch planes taking off and landing. The London Transport Museum in Covent Garden has displays on the history of transport in the capital and lots of restored trams, buses and underground trains which you can board. You can see a replica of the original omnibus, and operate the controls of a modern bus, an underground trains and a tram.